this thing up using planes and whatnot, like I did on this side. Just gonna square it like this, just roughly, just enough so I can take this pattern here, draw the pattern on there, and I'm gonna have to cut this thing off and then plane that next, which is gonna be a pain, but whatever. It's Saturday, January 21st, and I should have this done in about 10 years. The block of wood marked out, squared up, and rough bandsawed out. And just for fun, I plugged it all back together again. So, except I forgot to get this piece. I forgot to save this piece. So anyway, the first cut was from here down to here. The second cut came down to here and stopped. That's to leave this on. You want to leave a flat surface as you're cutting both of these sides. So those were the first two cuts. Then cut around here and stop. Then this long cut starting from here came up here and stopped, because we wanted to leave this in here for a flat surface. Then the next cut came in here, came around, and then this middle part came out, because we don't need that middle part in there, as long as you have this bottom surface. And then cut to here and stop. Then basically came up here, cut this down, cut this wing off, and then cut this side off, and then took this piece off. This one was already gone. I think it's all going now. This one was already gone. This one wasn't. Then up on the side, we cut these off. Which are these. And then whatever. And the whole thing just comes out. Still with the scrap wood on the sides here, which will be cut off as you're making the scroll. But what's left is a nice quarter sawn maple. Just like the practice piece here. So the next step for this thing is to drill these holes, which I had the jig for. And then chop out that mortise. It's March 12th, 2006, and just waiting for the glue to heat up so I can glue these 2 extra pieces onto the outside of this. The piece of wood I got for this, for the neck, wasn't quite wide enough to make the wings on the outside of that, which is what wasn't quite wide enough to make this. So it's missing about a 1/4 inch off each side. This is what it has to look like. So I've taken some wood off the bottom of this thing and spliced it onto the top as best as I can. And I'm just getting ready to glue it on. So anyway, the rest of it looks great. It's just at the roughed out stage. Go over here. This thing will hold it flat against there. And then this is a tapered drill bit. The pegs aren't square, or they're not straight that go in there. They're tapered a little bit. So this thing will get clamped to here, and we'll drill the holes. So that's that. Alright, I've glued the wings on this thing and drawn some semi-crooked lines on it. I put the pattern back on the side and redrew the spiral on there. So right now I'm just going to saw these things off and reshape that, and I'll be at square 0. Hopefully. I tried to get the right piece of wood off the right place with the grain going in the right direction, but the grain's not going to be going perfectly the right direction, but for this just last little bit that's going to be out here, it'll probably be all right. Alright, it's March 14th, 2006, and I'm about to drill the holes for the tuning machines. And I made this little jig to register this flat to register the surface of this flat to the perpendicular to the drill bit. It's holding it in there nice and solid. And after a lot of measuring and hoping, these holes, they don't go all the way through, so you've got to stop them. Got to stop them before they come through this side here. This is one of the tricks. So hopefully I measured this right. These machines also they're tapered, they're not a straight dowel. So this hole has to be bigger than this one. So I've taken some spade bits and tapered them, put that taper on them, and 2 different ones. This one's for the larger one, and the one I have in there is for the smaller one now, which is, I'm going to drill the opposite side first, and then the bigger one later. So hopefully I don't go through the other side. If it